What's going down, y'all? I'm excited today. So this is the first guest we've ever had on the channel. You know, this is the Top Flight concert reactions, but I got my band, AJ. He's super producer, AJ I am. Say what's up to the people. Say what's up to the people.
What's up? What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me and glad to be the first guest. This is gonna be a fun ride.
So super producer, I've been so excited about this Ren journey that me and Tef have been on. You hear us talking about it. We've done maybe a quarter of his videos, but he's got a lot and he's super talented. And AJ is our producer and he also produces for people all over the world. So he's been excited to check it out. He hasn't dove in yet. So this is gonna be his first experience with Ren. So welcome him. Make sure to say what up in the comments. And AJ, you ready to go?
Let's get her going.
All right.
Okay. That wasn't creepy.
It's hitting it.
I got goosebumps already.
Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down, you know that. Deep down, you know I'm always in periphery. Ren, are you pleased to see me? It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect,
Feels like
always
there's
being
two
lied to.
people there.
Okay, take
Wow.
another pill, boy. Found your...
So people hate it when we stop in the middle. We try to stop it once or twice, but you said you had goosebumps. So what you think of so far, man?
Man, it's captivating. It's you know, you can kind of tell it's live performance, or at least they're trying to give you the appeal of that. You know, my mental head in the audio world is always like, how are they getting this vocal take? How are they making it so clear? But man, it's captivating. It's you know, in the hip hop world, we don't see a lot of classical guitars, so that sound kind of gets you hooked immediately. And then wow is all I can say right now.
So you're a guitar person also. So what do you take of his guitar? Because like to me, it sounds really dope, but I don't listen to a ton of guitar, so it's hard for me to judge the guitar. Like what is your thoughts on that?
You know, I wouldn't say it's anything too complex. You know, it's relatively simple playing what he's doing, but just the combination of, you know, I didn't exactly know what style we were kind of entering into, and I still don't know what style we're really at right now. So just anytime you kind of blend genres or blend tools that are normally used, and, you know, these are commonly associated with classical guitars. So it's fun to hear these tones on what I guess we're calling it rap or hip hop, but split.
You know, I had a conclusion. I thought he was rap at the beginning, but then I was like, as I've been going on this journey, I just think he's an artist. Like I'll keep diving in and yeah, keep soaking it up.
In the sound of white noise, follow this 10-step program, rejoice, all your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate, this time is different, man, trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place, and my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great, and when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man, Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one. So you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Wow, your Grammys ran nowhere. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in. Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it. Man, it's not like that. Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat. No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong. Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with his subconscious, Eminem did it. Played on guitar, Plan B did it. Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material. Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves, and I'll shake up the whole world beneath us. That's right, speak your truth, your fucking god complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to ask for you, say it instead of downplay it.
Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus.
Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren. Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren. I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call...
What's up?
That's so much truth. I mean, I'm laughing not at the sense of that it's funny, but it's just he's hitting on the narrative that I think a lot of artists deal with and go through. So it's just I'm laughing just because he's preaching to the choir. So this is wild.
It's crazy because you see both sides, because you're a producer and you work with artists, which is also sometimes you become their therapist, or you become their you push back on them. You see both sides of them. They want to be this great thing, but they also, so I'm sure you really relate to this from the other side too.
And it's really cool how he's able to show almost two sides, and that he's talking to himself just by looking one way or the other. I mean, the power of storytelling just through single shots this is very impressive.
You know, it's crazy. When we first started this journey on Ren, I watched the wrong video first and I skipped through it, and we didn't know how to do reactions at all. And they roasted the out of me, man. They were going crazy. So I didn't set you up to fail on this one. So I think me and Tef watch a lot of his stuff, and we're like, man, we gotta remix and sample some of this. And I didn't want to send you anything yet, but as we start going, we're gonna start sending you some things, because we're gonna do some creative thing. And the fans may love it or hate it, but I think it's dope. Let's keep going.
The shots I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots, and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside. Newsflash. I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mephistopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips. So you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal, feeble and normal. You wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of end. I am you, you are me, I am you, Ren. Hi Ren, I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as Hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So carry the man I've become when I sing from the top of my lungs. That I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspired by me to be strong. And when I am gone I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climbing to different sides.
Wow. That was cool. Like that that was.
When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas, that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare. But there were victims and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax. And I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
Amen.
It's powerful, huh? I
Wow.
can hear your dog snoring a little bit too.
Yeah, sorry. She's a snorer, that's for sure. I was hooked. I mean, it stopped me mid-sentence, even at the end where, man, bravo. That's an artist.
That's a real artist. You can. It's crazy. And this is the second time I've seen this, so I never went back and rewatched it. But the first time I seen it, I missed a lot, and so now I'm, because he's been sick. He's psychosis. I didn't know he acknowledged he had psychosis on the first one. I didn't remember that, but you could see it through the journey because it's like this battle, this confliction from dark to light, and it's pretty crazy.
It is. I mean, I think that shows when you have something truly meaningful to say, and it kind of writes itself to an extent. And not to say that whole piece, I mean, that whole video, from the takes and all the different work, like that is a masterpiece alone, just in cinematography.
Yeah.
And then attaching that message on top of it is, I mean, that's worth another listen. That's for sure.
Well, for you saying that also, because you've always told me you're not really a lyric guy, you're a producer guy. You don't listen to the lyrics a lot. For you to notice the lyrics tells me that he really did a good job delivering the lyrics and production, because there are those, like, I'm a lyric guy over production, but you're a production guy over lyric. But when it all blends together perfectly, you can just acknowledge the whole entire piece as what it is,
Yeah, it's a complete package there.
Hey man, I appreciate you. We're gonna knock out a couple more. I'm gonna take you on a couple more of the journeys we're on, and hoping you're gonna become natural guest, but you know, I want y'all to give some love to my man AJ, because super talented producer, and for him to come on and just take the time, it's powerful. So, you know, like, subscribe, comment. Thanks again, AJ.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on.